Yeah, you already know what time it is. You already know what's going on. I am your host, Cam Silver.
I'm your co-host Kyle Silver.
Welcome back to another episode of the Silver Boys Podcast.
Hey,
Oh man, Kyle.
okay. What's going on this week? Talk to me. We had a crazy last weekend in college. Yes, we did.
Yep. The big dance was whew, man, the very ending, the last game was very climactic. We had three other games. Two of the games were pretty good for the most part, and then we had
hmm
one big blowout, but we will get to that later on.
Yeah,
Right now, a couple things going on in the NFL just to get out some things. So the Seahawks and the Patriots will be on Hard Knocks for the next couple of summers. So the Seahawks this summer, next summer it will be the Patriots. So that's
nice.
pretty cool right there. Kirk Cousins will sign a 5-year, $172 million deal with the Raiders. That
Mm,
in reality is just a 1-year, fully guaranteed $20 million deal with a team option for 2 years.
mm.
So that's pretty good. The Falcons will pay Cousins 8.7 mil this season, while the Raiders will pay him another 1.3, and they also fully guaranteed him 10 million for a roster bonus.
Oh
So
wow,
yeah,
wow.
and that will be on, if I'm not mistaken, on the third day of the 2027 new league year. So
It's a
yeah,
good pickup for the Raiders. Honestly, it's a really good pickup for them because they need a quarterback just to elevate that team. Weren't they gonna draft Mendoza?
so the reason why they got Kirk Cousins is so that Mendoza has a veteran to be around.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
A veteran to be, in the sense behind as well,
hmm
because you could see, I could see Kirk Cousins being the starter, and
Yeah.
then I guess depending on how the season goes, maybe in the middle of the season, maybe towards the end of the season, we will see Fernando Mendoza, and I
hmm
think that's what the whole thing is, because obviously, even though the Raiders signed great players and they also got Max Crosby back from the failed trade,
hmm
the Raiders, in my opinion, aren't really a team that we expect to win or expect to, at least be in the wild card or at least be in the playoff hunt. So I would
hmm
say right now is more so just a learning year for Fernando Mendoza and basically, a fill out year for the rest of the team.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I see what you mean by that. That's really good. Just simply because, you shouldn't really throw Fernando into the mix that hot, that heavy, that fast. And the fact that he'll have somebody who I could see similarities in their game, honestly, with
Mm.
Kirk Cousins and Fernando. Both tough guys, both can carry a team to a win. So yeah, okay. I actually, it's good thinking about the Raiders. I can't lie to that.
Yeah. So I like it. I like it as well too. I was thrown off a little bit by the 5-year deal, but then looking into it, I was like,
Mhm.
okay, I understand it now.
Yeah, yeah. Because he had another couple years with the Falcons. No, on his
Yeah,
contract,
yeah.
he had what 2 or 3 right
Yeah, if
years
I'm not
left,
yeah, if I'm not mistaken, because remember, I think it was
and he
what
got
that
a big contract in that one too.
yeah, because I remember, if I'm not mistaken, like that first year that he
hmm
came in as like the starter or whatever, and that happening, and then yeah,
Okay, so I mean, yo, shout out his agent, man.
bro, bro,
Because if there's one thing Kirk Cousins do is get paid, brother,
bro, bro. I
and,
think,
and stay with a job.
if I'm not mistaken, I think that this is the 11th straight season with him getting fully guaranteed money. What?
Oh, that says a lot. That's crazy.
He walk in there saying, he be walking in there, I'm leaving here with something.
Oh my god. Just laying it all out on the table, brother.
Man, I'm gonna let y'all know this right now. If you see Kirk Cousins, man, just break out the checkbook, bro. Like
Yo,
that's
oh my god. He about to break your bank.
you better
Yo.
be in debt trying to pay him.
And then you're gonna have to be paying him when he even not on your team too.
There you go. That's the
I
crazy
mean,
part.
that's wild.
Like you said, shout outs to him and his agent though.
Nah,
That's how
for
you do it.
real.
That is how you do it. The Browns owner says that Deshaun Watson has a great chance to be a starting quarterback, but Top Monken says that Shedeur Sanders has been in the building.
hmm
And I quote, he said, "It's been refreshing to see a player recognize where he is and where he wants to go."
Mm.
And then he also stated that Dylan Gabriel has not been in the building.
He hasn't.
No, no. So Deshaun
So
Watson. So from what I'm hearing, Tom Monken has had discussions with Deshaun Watson primarily over the phone. But
mhm.
like you said, Shedeur has been there basically almost every day. So he's been around Shedeur a lot this offseason. And like I said, Dylan Gabriel just has not been around. So,
Wow, I mean that just tells you who wants to be on the team, and who's doing everything he can to be a starting quarterback and be a good quarterback at that. You know what I mean? You got to
right.
respect that at the end of the day, and those are
Yeah.
the type of guys that will get the shine. Dylan Gabriel not there. What is that like? What does that even tell you as a coach?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson, I mean, he's still gonna get a chance because of that. They gave him some bread, so they gonna get every last. They gonna squeeze him, brother.
So the Browns owner saying that he has a great chance to start does not surprise me at all. But Tom Monken says that it will basically be open competition and that reps will
Hmm.
not be divided up equally as well. So which is
Interesting.
to be expected. There's kind of no way for you to actually divide up the reps as equal as you can, if I'm being
Yeah,
honest, because of limited time. And then also when you have a sense of who's going to be QB1, you want to make sure that they're out there
at
primarily
all
most.
times.
Yeah. Yes, Shador's looks like he's putting in the work at least mentally.
Hmm.
We'll see where Deshaun Watson is at,
Hmm.
because basically since he's got to Cleveland, he has not looked like the Deshaun Watson that we have been accustomed to seeing him as, which is, in my opinion, how he was with the Texans, the trajectory he was on. He's supposed to be meeting Patrick Mahomes head for head right now, in my opinion. But
Absolutely. Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
but due to obviously injuries and off the field stuff, obviously things got sidetracked. So
And that plays on your confidence as a player. When you're dealing with outside issues and whatnot, and that can be a large reason as to why he hasn't performed as well as we expect of him for the Cleveland Browns.
yeah, 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 all that guaranteed money right there,
You might as well just you. I just really hope they had a big dumpster, honestly, because that's what you did with the money. That's what you did.
basically,
That's all you did.
which is sad. I mean, very sad to see.
It really is. Yeah, I agree.
Moving on, read this article
Mhm.
on Wednesday. It said inside Eagles 2025 friction as Jalen Hurts stands at crossroads, and this is by Tim McManus and Jeremy Fowler. And it goes basically into depth about Jalen Hurts and the whole Eagles debacle this past season. Just some notes that I had jotted down. Jalen Hurts and the coaching staff not getting along as much. He pushed back on changes to the scheme. He was diverting from the game plan and making changes to the play calls at the line. Some
Mm,
excessive, they said. The source said Hurts had too many yes men around him, that he needs a coach that will keep him in check. They said in 2024 he had a tense relationship with Moore. Hurts did not always embrace Moore's new offensive concepts. Hurts was not receptive to changes concerning more so motions and shifts.
mm.
Yeah, so basically almost highlighting the fact that Hurts is more so one dimensional.
Okay.
Keeping it in the shotgun, keeping it in the pistol. I know they would like the whole play act because like now everybody always says this, like they would like to see him under center more, obviously, because it can open up the run game for him and for Saquon, obviously.
Hmm.
One quote that I have here is that a source said that he is not comfortable under center only because he doesn't like to turn his back to the defense when he has to do play actions. So yeah, and then obviously that also coincides with AJ Brown and the fact that the both of them were best friends at a certain point, but then obviously not getting the ball as much. Certain defenses that they're playing against, he's not as comfortable with. Like he historically, he's not been that great with zone coverage, but in the NFL, he's actually been great. It's more so man coverage that he's not been all that great with. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
That's really interesting, and it really it highlights, I think, just what Jalen Hurts is lacking, but then it also highlights, you got to work with what you got as a coach too, you know. But call everything out the shotgun. I mean, and then not to be comfortable with man coverage that puts you in a bind.
yeah,
You got to be able to adapt, and obviously. And I mean, excessive changes at the line. I mean, I'm sure that pisses off any coach for real. But also like, and you gotta kind of like, I wouldn't say like also kind of leave it in your player's hand because like he's in the trenches as well too. But when you're playing how poorly Jalen Hurts was playing, you know, these excessive calls at the line can create a problem here because now you're throwing everything off, and that's why you know what I'm saying. AJ Brown's not getting the ball maybe, or that's why you're throwing duds.
Yeah.
You know, so that's oof, oof. I'm actually really. I don't like how much of this has come out of the organization for real though.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of this is a combination of a lot of sources, that's around the team. Some sources being some players as well.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's
I
pretty
don't.
bad.
I don't. It's this. This is not like yo. Keep this in house. I don't.
Yeah, no, and it's very detailed.
Super detailed.
It's very very
Too
detailed.
detailed. Too detailed.
Yeah, yeah. Especially just like the interactions
Mm-hmm.
detail. Like there's another note that I jotted down saying a team source says that sometimes he's not always bought in, poor body language, not always coachable.
I don't like. That's just. I mean, you know, that shows the type of organizational structure. Honestly, I mean, just are your
Yeah,
guys with you or are you guys not with you? And it sounds like your guys ain't with you, so they airing it out.
which sucks to see, honestly, because of
But he
how
won you a championship too, like
yeah, like that's basically it. That's
so he
basically it.
can't be that bad.
No, at least not with a coach that's, like I said, in 2024, with Moore, they had a tense relationship at times.
Hmm.
So it was, it was just different. Like in like another one in 2024, he was welcome to the wrinkles in the within the offense, but if they did not pay off immediately, he expressed discomfort and was quick to pivot back. So
Going back, but quick to going back to what you know does create problems as well too.
yeah, yeah, especially
Because you're
when
stuck in your ways.
right, and then especially when the fact that the league they pick up on a lot of things quickly.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that's why watching this past year, the Eagles, that's why they all look so slow because you can't copy and paste everything that you did last year and then apply it to this year and expect it to succeed again because we already seen the winning formula from last year. What's going to be the new
Exactly.
winning formula for this year? It has to be different.
Hmm.
But yeah,
I agree. Yeah, that's a weird situation going on, and they need
mm,
to lock it down over there in Philly. To be quite honest with you, if not, like they're gonna. Obviously, I don't. Is AJ Brown gonna stay?
that's a big, big, big question.
I'm waiting on it. I feel like I missed it. Honestly, like, is he still there?
I think oh my god, I forgot the date in May, but I think it's in early May where the dead cap, the money goes down.
Okay.
So that's what they could be waiting for.
Interesting.
So instead of paying a crazy amount of money now, they might be waiting so that they go pay a little bit amount of money later.
It's a business, right?
It sure is.
It's a business.
But yeah, no, I just wanted to I just put that in there just to see what you thought. Because me and you, we're not no Eagles fans, but we are fans of Jalen Hurts.
Hmm.
And Jalen is somebody that we talk about a lot because of how he carries himself. So it's pretty eye opening to see what the behind the scenes really really does
It's
look like.
disheartening to hear some of those things that you also reported on as well too. That to put that in an article, like and report that when that's people are saying that about you. Is
Yeah,
is it because you're losing? Like, is it because you're losing? I don't know. I don't like those things I'm hearing surrounding him. I'm not. It's not sitting right with me for some reason. It really isn't.
yeah, no, it's
And I
just
don't see how I don't see how the Eagles even get better at this point either. Which thank God. I don't want. They could kick rocks for all I care. Good. You know what? Actually, good. I'm glad. I'm so happy. Yup. Yup. I know my team. We tighten it up, baby. We making sure everything right. We making sure everything right.
new head
Giants, yo, Giants.
new head coach, new players, young
What?
players.
What? 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 Give me playoff spot now.
Yeah, no, so the Eagles right now are looking
Kick
a little bit all
rocks.
over the place
Kick
right now.
rocks.
The Cowboys, they
Kick
like
rocks.
we said it before, we said it earlier, in the offseason that George Pickens is franchise tagged, so he's obviously looking for a long-term deal. From what I'm hearing is that on both sides they would like to make this deal happen, but
Mm-hmm.
obviously it has not started yet with the communication. So we'll
Of
see.
course it hasn't. He'll wait to. We all know he'll wait to the last minute. You know.
Yeah, and then the fact that Jackson Smith-Njigba got
Oh
his
yeah.
extension that we reported on
Yeah.
last week, and then also the fact that and I didn't write this down, but Puka Nacua, for those who don't know, is indeed in rehab right now for some problems that he has been in the middle of. So yes, that is a thing, but also he's looking for another contract as well.
Mm.
So there's a money right now that George Pickens is looking at where he's gonna want some part of that. He has to be up there, and he knows it.
Yeah, he has to be. He definitely has to be. He's a big reason for the Cowboys. I'm not even gonna call it success, but you know.
The reason why they were at least fighting, they had a fighting chance
Yes, thank you, thank you.
last
Yes.
season. Yeah,
Uh huh. Yeah.
yeah. So that the
And
defense
so he's
didn't have
gonna want to get paid, and he's deservedly so, though. Deservedly so.
exactly. He's a very big key piece to that.
He opens up the offense so much. He opens up that offense so much and allows Dak to throw the ball. So it's like I hope they
Yes.
don't get a deal done. Honestly.
See, CG doesn't have to face double teams all the time. He can actually
Yeah.
be one like he would prefer to be. So as Pickens though. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh man. So yeah, yeah. But the NFC East right now is all over the place. Everybody.
It really is. It really is.
But
Hey, my team, we tighten it up, baby. That's all I'm gonna say. That's the name. That's your name this episode. Tighten up.
uh,
Come on now.
man, going to college basketball. So the big dance, the Final Four is set and everything like that. The Elite
Mm,
Eights were indeed crazy, might I say. Um,
yes, they were.
wow. So we had Saturday night. Well, last Saturday night we had Arizona and Purdue. We also had where we at Iowa and Illinois, where Illinois being Iowa 71-59, just
Hmm.
escaping. Iowa got off to a fast 10-0 run if I'm not mistaken to begin the game, and then after that. Illinois slowly but surely just started chipping away. Iowa, through most of the second half, was keeping up pace and making Illinois work for it. But then at the end, Illinois just had just a little too much gas with guys like Keaton Wagler leading the
Hmm.
way. Then you have Arizona and Purdue. Purdue at the end of the first half was leading. They were being very aggressive on the boards, getting every rebound, getting every loose ball. But then Arizona, man, they just show that they are just too
Arizona.
talented.
Arizona is. They got it. They got it, boy.
They were just
Yeah.
too talented for Purdue, and Purdue really could not do much with them after that. And then that's why Arizona got the 79-64 win on last Sunday. Michigan blew out Tennessee. It wasn't even after I want to say like the first 8 minutes of the first half, you knew that this game was going to be going in Michigan's way the whole time, and then Michigan literally just kept it like that,
Mhm.
led by guys like Yasiel Lindenberg. And then the game of the tourney at this point.
Honestly, honestly, yes, it is.
Duke and UConn. Oh man, talk about talk about a tale of two halves, right? Duke,
Honestly,
you text me, at halftime, and I just said, man, Duke looks like a huge mismatch right now with UConn. But
they it seemed like they were for real. It really did.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
they were putting it on. They were putting it on UConn. Like honestly.
very aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever they wanted, they got. Whatever shots that they wanted, get into the basket, whatever.
Yep.
It
Yep.
was easy for them. But UConn, man, the heart of a champion right there was on display.
UConn. It amazes me how they were down big, really big, but patience and then just get into your spots, getting points when you needed points, and chipping away at that lead slowly on the defensive end as well too.
Mhm.
They knew that they could win this game regardless. It was 0-0 at halftime to them, and that's the most important thing because that's what won them the game. And I don't even. This is crazy. Game winning
They,
shot. Like, are you joking? Are you
they,
joking?
basi-
At
they,
basically at half court.
They basically flip-flopped, so in the first half, it was 44-29 Duke, and then after that, in the second half, it was 44-28 UConn.
That's insane.
They basically flip-flopped, but, yeah, no, the last 10 seconds,
Hayden Boozer, I'm pissed. I'm pissed.
it's crazy because they coulda anybody on that team, especially those 3 in the backcourt from both the Boozer brothers and Evans especially, they coulda just held the ball, and plus it was 10 seconds, they can't get a 10-second violation. It's exactly 10 seconds.
It's they wouldn't have gotten it. And what is like your coach always say? You got to be careful of these passes, because and what is the defender gonna do? You're gonna jump, These boys could jump out the gym. Are you kidding me?
And plus, Kaden was trying to throw it over 2 dudes taller than him anyway.
Why would you? And then go down at least. Come on,
In the
like
in the words of Coach Trev Silver, "Fake a pass, make a pass. Up fake and around."
oh my god, a little bit of patience just would have went a long way. He was sped up, He wasn't
Yes, yeah,
comfortable. He just the adrenaline like is heightened. You know what I mean? But it was a bad pass at the end of the day, and that lost you the game, and that sucks. That really
yeah,
does suck. Because had he just held the ball, they would have been fine. Because they was
yeah.
running at him. They was gonna foul you.
Oh yeah, at some point they would have either had the value, or if you actually did get the ball around, there's 2 Duke players out there by themselves, so they would
Exactly.
have.
Two of them.
Man, UConn, bro, they were literally 5 for 23 from 3.
That's horrible. Oh my.
Solo Ball was 0 for 5. Silas Demery Jr. was 2 for 5. Alex Caravan 1 for 6.
One for
Malachi
six, but he hit an important one, dog.
He did. Malachi Smith 1 for 2, and then Braylon Mullins 1 for 5
Oh my god. They couldn't
with
hit the
the
they
one
couldn't
V,
hit the ocean with a rock.
but he could hit a half court shot.
That you know what I mean? It was meant to go. That's all I can say. It was meant to go. He
Right,
had the
right.
confidence in it. It don't matter. He always gonna shoot. Then you gotta respect it. You gotta respect it.
I gotta respect Alex Caravan, bro. It's your
Yeah, yo.
senior year. You just hit a big shot. I
Mm-hmm.
thought he was gonna hit that shot, and then he ends up giving it to the All American freshman to
Yeah,
pull from half court. That you man, that's a lot of trust right there. That's
that
a
is
lot right there. And remember, Alex Caravan was on both of the championship teams from before.
okay. Yeah, so I mean, shows you that type of team.
Wow,
That's insane. That's a story. That's a great little tidbit right there, yo.
wow. Hey man, that's crazy. All right, so we got the final four. Who do you think wins it all?
I think we're gonna have UConn, Arizona,
Mm,
and I think Arizona wins.
Arizona with the dub.
I think Arizona, you know, I think they'll overcome Michigan. Michigan has been probably one of the best team in the tourney. But I think Arizona will overcome. I do.
Okay,
That squad is tough to me. I like that squad a lot.
I've liked Arizona all season. I like Michigan all season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the tough one for me. I feel like my thing with Arizona is that we noticed it in the Purdue game is that
Mm-hmm.
they go on these dry spells, which
Mm-hmm.
is very dangerous. But Michigan's height, I think that they're just a little better. I think it's a even,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion. It's really even. It could go either way, but I'm gonna go Michigan.
Okay.
I think Michigan can definitely get it done. Yasiel Lindenberg, Elliot Cadeau, Adara Maya. Yeah, they got
They
dogs
got
on
some
there.
dogs.
Dogs over there too as well, man. It's the same thing for Arizona, man. Arizona, they got dogs both on the starting five and off their bench too. So
Facts. Facts. And that's
those
that's gonna be important. That's gonna be really important.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna go Michigan over there. But this one, Hurley, I don't think has lost inside of the Sweet 16, if I'm not mistaken.
That's crazy.
Undefeated against the spread against Big Ten teams. He's 7-0.
Oh my.
They beat Illinois earlier this season, but this Illinois team is not the team that they were earlier in the season. I can tell you that for a fact. I could tell you that for a fact because how they figured out Iowa and how they were just able to bully them out at the end of the stretch, at the end of
Hmm.
that game in the Elite Eight was that was textbook.
And I
I think
think
the rest,
in Illinois is can I think that they can weather the Yukon storm.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Also.
They have so many dudes overseas and that from overseas, excuse me, and they all play like a bunch of Jokic's, Doncic's, like Wagler looks
Yo,
like he
Wagler.
cannot be sped up. He cannot be sped up. He just can't. I've yet to, and I've watched Illinois a good amount this season. I've yet to see
Mhm.
anybody try to speed him up. He just cannot be sped up, bro. He had 25
Wow.
points against Iowa. He was 8 for 17, but he was perfect from the free throw line, so he makes his free throws as well. And remember, he's a freshman. Remember, he's a young freshman.
Exactly. Exactly. That kid is nice. That kid's real nice.
But UConn has Dan Hurley. Brad Underwood has I don't I hope that's his name. I forgot. But Illinois' coach has not even coached in a Final Four.
Wow.
Remember that. When it comes down to it, you I hope UConn didn't use up all their magic because I'm gonna pick UConn on this one, and I think Michigan gets the best of them in the national
Okay.
championship.
Okay. Okay. All right. Very nice. Made our picks. Made our picks.
Oh yeah. Tune in. You already know what time it is. Saturday after late afternoon at 6. That will be the first game. That will be, if I'm not mistaken, that will be UConn and Illinois. If I'm not mistaken, I hope I am right on that. And yes, it is. And then Arizona, Michigan as the nightcap on Saturday, and then Monday night is championship night. So
Yes. We love it.
exciting.
We love it. We love it. We love it.
Exciting. But that is our episode for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed just as much as we did. Remember, we will be back next week to talk even more. Whatever news that we got, we will have it for you. And most importantly, NBA playoffs are right around the corner. So we are definitely
Yes.
getting ready for that.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what we tuned in, locked in for those NBA playoffs.
Yep, yep. But till then, I'm your host, Cam Silver.
I'm your co-host, Kyle Silver.
And this is the Silver Boys.
Thank you. Thank you.